What's up everybody, you're watching Model Aviator, I'm Adam, and this week we're going to be reviewing the brand new E-Flite UMX P-51D Mustang. Now this is the same exact airplane as the UMX Voodoo P-51 that many of us know and love. This is simply the Warbird version of that airplane, and the paint scheme that they chose is very interesting. Detroit Miss was flown by Second Lieutenant Urban Drew, also known as Ben. He flew for the 375th Fighter Squadron in the 361st Fighter Group, and Ben's claim to fame is he is one of a few P-51 Mustang pilots to ever come across the Messerschmitt Me-262, Germany's premier jet fighter of the day. And not only did he dogfight those, he shot down two in this very airplane. Well, I mean, not this one, but you know, his. This model certainly looks the part. It is quite an attractive and small package. It has a 19.4-inch wingspan. It's 17.3 inches long. Our example weighs 4 ounces, ready to fly with the gear on, and a Spectrum 3S 300 milliamp pack. It is intended for 2 and 3S packs in the 280 to 300 milliamp range. Like most UMX planes, Detroit Miss comes fully assembled in a box with a convenient carrying handle that you can use for storage and transport if you'd like. It is a 5-channel airplane. You have elevator, rudder with a steerable tail wheel, ailerons, and throttle. It comes with AS3X and optional safe select. You can use that 5th channel to toggle between those two. And safe mode makes hand launching this airplane very easy when you take the quickly removable gear off. The gear comes off literally in seconds, including the tail wheel, so when you take the gear off, it really looks the part of an actual P-51 with all the gear retracted, and of course you pick up some speed when you do that as well. If you have a compatible Spectrum transmitter, you will get some smart telemetry. You'll have flight log information, battery information, and ESC information. There are quite a few batteries out there that you can use in the UMX P-51. We'll put links in the description to all of the Spectrum packs that you can order that have the JST that are direct plug up to the P-51. We'll also put a link to the charge lead and the adapter for PH connector batteries like these old E-Flite 280s, if any of you have any of those laying around. And of course there are PH batteries that you can still buy from Spectrum today so that you can use them with the adapter in modern UMX planes like this, as well as your old UMX planes that actually have the PH connector. When it comes to setup, the manual is a great place to start. There's all the information you need to program your transmitter and prepare Detroit Miss for a successful maiden flight. And to be honest, we did not deviate from that manual suggestion much. We made some expo changes. We did review Voodoo when it came out a while back, and we made some mechanical changes with that one. We didn't make any mechanical changes with this one. To be honest, had a bit more time to kind of monkey with this one and get it dialed into our liking more. So this one actually flew better for us than Voodoo did because we took a little bit more time to get the expo exactly the way we wanted, and we kind of monkeyed with moving the battery around so that we got the balance where we wanted. I was all the way forward on Voodoo. I'm all the way back on this. Anyway, the full setup page is next, so you can pause and check that out and duplicate our setup if you would like. And then after that, we're going to go straight into the flying. You're going to see this on 2 and 3S, both gear on and gear off. So check out the flying, and then we'll see you back here and give you our final thoughts. little buzz you hear are the wheels vibrating. Only does that at certain throttle settings, and to be honest, the Mustang has so much power on 3S that you can do anything with the gear on that you can with the gear off other than look as cool. That was a wide open throttle pass. You will have to make a slight trim change with the gear on. It needs a bit more up elevator. You've got so much power. You can just climb until you get pretty much bored with it or it runs out of range, which I believe it absolutely would. With the gear on, I love to do touch and goes and one-wheelers with this plane. Handles really good with the battery all the way back, and this is pretty easy to do. If you decide you want to depart from scale, Detroit Miss has got the chops for that. It will tumble. This is going to be a series of full deflection rolls. Much faster than scale, so if you're a sport pilot that likes to really throw them around, you can certainly do that. That hand launch was in safe, and we just flipped out of it once it got on step. Again, battery all the way to the rear on 2-cell. She'll fly a bit slower than with the heavier 3-cell pack, and as you can see, even on 2-cell, you still have pretty spectacular vertical. More than enough to do any kind of scale or sport flying that you want to do. This will be a wide open throttle pass on 2S. The Mustang flies inverted well and only requires a little bit of down elevator to hold the line. One thing worth noting, it seems as if the four-bladed prop could be a problem with a belly landing, but as long as you chop power before you land, it always seems to be fine. That was another hand launch in safe. You have crazy power on 3-cell with the gear off. Obviously it looks the part. Speed, more vertical than you can shake a stick at. It is fun to play with. There's really not much more that we can tell you about it at this point from a flying perspective, so enjoy this flight and we'll see you back at the bench for our final thoughts. One other thing we will mention, this thing will do a knife edge as long as you want to hold it. So wrapping this one up is pretty simple. I think everybody already knows that UMX Voodoo flies great. Detroit Miss is simply UMX Voodoo in Warbird clothing, so it stands to reason that this would fly great, and it does. Now I will say that our setup for Detroit Miss is much better in our opinion than our setup for Voodoo. It flew really, really well. I think we have it where we need to have it. We just had more time to set this up and get it right where we wanted, and the most significant change, I don't care if you're using the E-Flite 282Ss or the Spectrum 303Ss, shove them all the way back. The airplane is not tail heavy there, it doesn't fly tail heavy there, it's just simply not nose heavy, and that is significant, so keep that in mind when you're setting yours up. Horizon says this is a skill level 2 airplane. We agree. That means that if you are competent and confident with a trainer, this could be your second airplane, and it could. You just need to keep in mind it is small, and if you forget that throttle is proportional, it's very fast, gets out there in a big hurry. This will be a lot smaller than your trainer will in the same amount of time, so your timing or your throttle management is going to have to change. Saving grace, it has saved, so if you lose orientation, hit it, calm down, and get back after it after that. The price point is $149.99, same as Voodoo. In our opinion, that's a bargain. In the ultramicro world, E-Flite has this figured out, in our opinion, and we're not alone on this by a long shot. They make the best ultramicros in the business. This is a great looking and flying P-51 Mustang. Whether you're doing touch and goes and one-wheelers or you take the gear off and clean it up like a proper Mustang, it looks the part and it flies the part, and for $149.99, our belief is that that is a bargain. That said, if you decide that you'd like to put one in your hangar, we'll put links in the description where you can do just that. When you use those links, it supports our channel. When you do that, we appreciate it. Thank you. That's it for us. Take care of yourselves. Happy flying. We'll see you next week with something else cool with wings.